Chapter 5, 10 Steps to an Expert Empire. Now that you know you can gain expertise by getting results in that area, researching your topic, and being a good role model, let's get tactical. How do you get your message out there, and what do experts and gurus actually do to build their empires? It's shockingly simple. It turns out that almost every entrepreneurial expert and millionaire messenger, those who have truly reached millions of people and made millions of dollars, follow the same game plan. This chapter lays out that plan in 10 steps and will serve you as your to-do list and launching pad. Step 1, claim and master your topic. As straightforward as this first step sounds, I certainly wish I had $1 every time someone said to me, "Brendan, what topic should I be an expert in?" This question is quite revealing about our community and the people in it. As an industry, it shows that people generally and accurately believe they can learn and gain expertise quickly. Tell me what to be an expert in, they seem to say, and I will go make it happen. This mentality is especially prevalent in the United States, where higher education has taught and empowered us to essentially choose our career. As for the people asking the question, it shows that they are true creatives, meaning that they dabble in multiple topics and passions. Most experts I know are actually experts in multiple topics because their minds and their hearts are intrigued by so many things in this world. Curiosity does not kill the creative. It makes them feel alive. You too probably have multiple areas in which you could become an expert. Personally, I've become an expert in not only excelling in the expert industry, but also in leadership, motivation, high performance, conflict resolution, mediation, promotional partnerships, corporate sponsorships, nonprofit fundraising, professional speaking, organizational development, and online marketing. I have million-dollar-plus brands in many of these spaces. While to some this seems out of reach or exhausting, to the creative, it's just the way of the world. Our curiosity, love for learning, and continuing education and desire to master our world has helped us gain great expertise in multiple topics. But you'll discover later in this book that trying to be an everything under the sun expert right from the start is and always will be a bad strategy. If you're going to build a real expert empire, you need to pick one topic, learn it, master it, share it, become known for it, and make real money teaching it. Then you have a real foundation on which to build, and only then should you start positioning yourself as an expert on other topics. Yes, you heard me. Choose one topic to be known for. Develop a real business on that topic and then broaden the topic later on. I can share from personal experience and working with thousands of students and dozens of the most committed and financially successful experts in the world that this is the right strategy for beginners. One topic for now. So what topic are you going to hang your hat on as an expert? As you'll recall, you are or can quickly become an expert on any given topic by getting results, doing your research, and serving as a role model. So what will it be? What's your topic? I know these are painful questions because they bring to bear the one word that all real creatives hate to hear: focus. Let me assist you if you're having a difficult time choosing your topic. If you already know your topic, this will serve as an important decision filter for you. Choosing a topic to teach others about is akin to choosing a passion in life. Sometimes it chooses you more than you choose it. That's why I want to give you a few categories to consider in developing and deciding upon your topic. First, choose to teach a topic to others that you already find fascinating and already love to learn about. If you find yourself always buying and reading leadership books, then there's a hint that leadership may be your topic. If you're always asking mothers what they've learned about being a good parent, there's another hint. If you have scores of audiobooks on sales and marketing on your bookshelves, you already love sales and marketing, so why not decide to go help others learn what you have learned? Second, choose a topic based on something you already love to do. If you look at your past 5 years and notice that you just love to buy and sell foreclosed houses, then you are already doing your topic. What is it that you love to do? What are your passions right now? Those are great starting points for the process of choosing a topic. Perhaps like Lori Marrero, you love to organize your and your friends' homes so you can become a home organizing expert. Or like Roger Love, you might love to sing and help others sing so you can become a voice coach. Third, think about what you have always wanted to learn. In every field, experts begin as students. The best medical doctors in the world, for example, were not expert doctors to begin with. They were students first, then practitioners, and then experts. The nice part about the advice and how-to industry is that you can become an expert on any given topic, which means you can choose to reinvent yourself at any time you would like. You define the terms of your career, and you choose the work and the topic of your work. I find that incredibly empowering. So what would you love to learn about? And then go out and teach others once you've gotten results, researched it, and or became a role model. Fourth, consider, what have you been through in life? Have you had a turning point, a triumph, or a tragedy that makes you say, wow, I struggled through something important, and now I want to teach others so that I can minimize their struggles? Have you had life or work experiences that gave you a unique story, skill set, or perspective that you would like to share? Sometimes the easiest way to discover signposts for what we should do in the present or in the future is to look under the milestones of the past. I decided to make my car accident and the resulting life transformation that I had the fundamental inspiration for my work and for my interest and expertise in human potential. Finally, choose a topic that you're willing to speak about and live and breathe for at least the next 5 years. I cannot stress the importance of this one enough. A woman once stood up at one of my seminars crying and said she hated the hole she dug for herself in her expert career. She shared that some marketing guru had told her that since a family member of hers had committed suicide, it was her calling to help others learn about and prevent suicide. So this poor woman traveled the country speaking about suicide to youth audiences for years, all the while having to retell and relive the story of her little sister's suicide. By the end of a few years, she was a recognized expert, but now hated the topic which she had chosen, even though it made a difference in people's lives. The moral of the story is choose your topic wisely. You'll be researching your topic, reading books, interviewing other experts, writing articles and blog posts, shooting videos, and sharing your message for years. So decide upon a topic you absolutely love. Expert signposts. 1. The topics I've always studied and been fascinated with in my life are 2. The things I love to do in my life are 3. Something I've always wanted to go out and learn more about is 4. Things I've been through in my life that might inspire or instruct others on how to live a good life or grow a good business include times like when I went through 5. Based on these ideas, the topic I would love to gain expertise in and make a career helping others with include 6. The topic I would want to start with first and build a real career and business around is Step 2 of 10 of building your expert empire. Pick your audience. Many marketers in our community will read my first step and say I've got it all wrong. They'll say, pick your niche audience first, not your topic first. Find a buying base of customers and find out what they want, not what you want to give or teach them, and then serve them with what they want. I agree with this to an extent, but I've learned that this is often a chicken before the egg dilemma for most up-and-coming experts. There is not a right way, so starting with step 1, which was pick your topic, versus step 2, which is pick your audience, is somewhat irrelevant. What is relevant here is that ultimately you do decide whom you want to serve most in your career. Do you want to help youth? Parents, women, men, retirees, businesses, nonprofits, entrepreneurs? Who exactly is your target audience? Once you have a demographic in mind, go another level deeper and consider your ideal audience's age, including what they have been through in life, what type of personalities they have, and what they do for a living. The best practice is to narrow your audience to a recognizable type of person. With that said, let me speak to the likely question you have. Brendan, I just have an important message, man. It could help everyone in the world. Do I really have to define and box in my audience to this? I often reply, yes, you do. It's admirable that your message can help so many people, and I believe it can help most people. But the challenge is that you do not have the time and the resources to market to the entire world, even if the entire world needs your stuff. You have to target an audience not only because it's likely that only a narrow audience of people really need and will buy your message, but because you need to create an effective and realistic promotions for your message. You cannot advertise or market to the entire world, so pick a group and a type of person with which to start. Choosing an audience is akin to choosing your topic in that you want to find people similar to you. Who is passionate about the topics that you are? Who wants to learn the same things you do? Who has been through similar life struggles as you have? More questions to consider. Expert signposts. 1. The audience that would most likely benefit from training on a topic like mine is 2. The audience that would most likely pay for training on a topic like mine is 3. The audience of people who seem underserved on my topic includes 4. People who need education on my topic often belong to organizations like. Step 3. Discover your audience's problems. All experts are students and servants first, so it's necessary for you to study your audience, discover their needs, and serve them with advice and how-to information that can solve their problems and improve their lives. At Experts Academy, I share dozens of ways to get to know your audience's needs and buying behaviors. But I want to share with you here what I call my customer insight formula. The formula is comprised of 4 simple questions I like to begin with when meeting or surveying my ideal audience so that I can better understand and serve them. Here are 4 questions you can ask your audience in order to learn more about what they need from you. 1. What is it that you are trying to accomplish this year? 2. What do you think it would take to double your business or happiness this year? 3. What frustrates you the most about your business or life right now? 4. What have you already tried to do to improve your situation, and what worked and did not work? Answers to these questions help me understand the ambitions, needs, frustrations, and learning preferences of my clients. In general, the more you understand your audience and their most pressing problems and ambitions, the more you're able to create targeted problem-solving how-to information that they'll actually buy and consume. The better you know what your audience needs, the more you can give them information that improves their lives. Here's some more questions to help you think through your audience's lives and how you might serve them. Expert signposts. 1. My audience often dreams of achieving. 2. My audience is afraid of not knowing enough about. 3. My audience often searches and Googles phrases like. 4. My audience likes to follow these types of people and organizations in the media or through social media. 5. My audience hates having to do things like. 6. My audience often pays good money for. 7, if I gave my audience any information that would help them improve their lives, they would probably want strategies on how to. 8, the steps my audience often misses when trying to achieve their goals include. 9, based on all these ideas, some how-to information that I could provide to my audience that would make them very happy would include strategies on how to. Step 4, define your story. I ask all my clients a very straightforward but powerful question. What is a story of struggle from your past that could illustrate to your audience that you have struggled through something similar that they are struggling through currently? That story is often the central piece in conveying credibility, even more than fancy degrees or a lifetime of success in your topic or industry. Oddly, we tend to relate to one another's struggles more than to our successes. Thus, we have to look for rapport points defined by a shared experience of challenges so that we can connect with our audiences better. In other words, your audience wants to know that you've been through what they've been through. This point often confounds up-and-coming experts from Western cultures. For example, in the United States, our culture has taught us to boast about all of our accomplishments in order to gain credibility. We're supposed to list our degrees, certifications, achievements, memberships, and any accomplishments or affiliations that can make us, quote unquote, look good. Because of this, many new experts will often start their promotions or biographies bragging about how wonderfully talented and powerful they are. But let me ask you a question. Have you ever been on a date with someone who just bragged about how great they were? Did you relate with them? Did you want to enter into a dialogue with them? Probably not. People often relate initially to those in the expert industry based on our story of struggle. After that, they believe in who we are and what we've been through. They're interested in what we know and what we have accomplished next. You see, every audience that hears about you and hears about your career wonders, who is this person? What have they been through, overcome, figured out, succeeded at? Based on all that, what can they teach me that will help me improve my life? Notice the ordering of that question, as I have found it to be very powerful and purposeful. Audiences want to know in this order, who are you and what have you been through in life that I can relate to in my own life? What have you overcome and how? What did you figure out along the way? What did you succeed at? What results did you get? What are you going to teach me that I can apply now to make my life better? Because these are the questions that every audience asks when hearing from any expert. You need to work out your responses to them. Then you need to address these questions in every communication you ever send to new prospects or audience members. The length of your responses is not really important, as the need for your heart and sincerity to shine through everything that you say and do. Expert signposts. 1. A story of struggle from my past that my audience might relate to is. 2. Something I have overcome in my life that others might find a connection point or inspiring is. 3. The main lessons I have learned from my journey include. 4. Accomplishments and affiliations I have had in life that help further my credibility include. 5. Lessons I can teach people that will help them in my topic area and their life situation include. Step 5. Create a solution. Now that you've begun thinking through your topic, audience, and personal credibility story, it's time to create a product or program, a solution that your audience can follow and buy to get where they want to go. This is where most people in our industry fail. Everyone wants to make a difference and make an income as an advice guru and expert, but few people will ever do the work of sitting down and creating the how-to program or system that can be offered to and sold to their audience. They never write the book or craft the speech or create the seminar or set up a coaching program or shoot the videos for their online training course. In part, many people never create their how-to programs because they simply do not know where to begin, or they get overwhelmed by the bad advice in our industry, and there's a lot of that. I will make it easy for you, though. To begin, you simply have to choose how would you like your customer to receive your information. There are only 5 main ways or modalities that people can learn from you. Knowing these modalities will help you think through how would you like to deliver your information to your audience. The first way in which people can consume your information is through reading it. This means you can create written how-to solutions like books, ebooks, workbooks, articles, newsletters, blog postings, instructor guides, and transcripts. Second, your audience might want to hear your information, which can lead you to creating audio CDs, MP3s, conference call series, or one-on-one calls. Third, people might want to watch your information on their television, computer, or mobile device. That means you might create DVD home study programs, online videos, webinars, and mobile video apps. Fourth, your fans and consumers might want to experience you and your information in person, which would lead you to create live events like seminars, workshops, retreats, adventures, and expos. Finally, a segment of your audience will always want to master your information and get greater and greater degrees of access and training from you. To serve them, you might create exclusive mastermind programs, coaching services, and mentorship programs. So those are the ways that people might consume your information. They might want to read it, hear it, watch it, experience it, or master it over a longer term. Many will want all of these things, so it's your job to decide which modality you would like to teach in and which modality or modalities you would like to bundle to create your solution. In general, it is also helpful to know that the further we move in this modality continuum, from reading it to mastering it, the more people associate value with the modality and the more you can charge. For example, people see a book often as less valuable than a live 3-day seminar, and they are thus willing to pay more for the seminar than the book. The bottom line, though, is that you must create a program for sale in order to serve your clients and make money in this industry. Thousands of people want to buy your brain and your advice. Since there's only one of you and your brain, creating a solution that they can access and buy is critical to your success and to perpetuating your message. So what kind of solution would you like to create for your audience first? A book? An audio program? A video-based training program? A live training event? A coaching program? There's no right or wrong answer, but it's absolutely critical that you choose one and create something to sell to people if you're going to serve them. If any of this seems overwhelming to you, don't worry. In the next chapter, I'll show you a simple $1 million plan that mixes these modalities effectively and doesn't require you to sell tens of thousands of products in order to earn a very significant income. The next step in creating your solution, of course, is creating the content to go into your products and programs. This is one of our most popular topics at Experts Academy, the how of creating great how-to information and training. The basics of my approach are to figure out what your audience needs to know in order to move from point A in their lives to point B. What process or step-by-step approach would they have to take to achieve their goals? Start thinking through that, and you'll discover a lot about your actual content and how to organize it. From there, you drill down into each step and share examples, common obstacles, success secrets, and so on. You essentially create a how-to solution that they can follow to success. That is the expert content creation process at a high level. Expert signposts. 1. When my audience learns my information, they will probably want to learn it through these modalities the most. Your choices are reading, hearing, watching, experiencing, or mastering it. 2, the modality I would like to teach in the most involves your choices here are writing it, speaking it, presenting it on video, training it at a live event, or coaching it over a period of time. 3, based on these ideas, I think the first how-to product or program that I will create for my audience will be something like 4, to achieve results, my customers will need how-to information that helps them move from point A, just beginning, to point B, arriving at their destination. The steps they would have to take on that journey are 5, as my customers take these steps, they will have to keep in mind 6, common mistakes people make as they take these steps include 7, an outline for my new how-to solution for my customers could look like this. Yes, I'm asking you right now to create your outline for your new product or program. Do that now. Step 6, put up a website. Now that you have a message, audience, story, and solution, it's time to get online and start cultivating a following and building a business that promotes your advice and how-to programs. Thanks to modern technology, creating a decent website is no longer a barrier to entry to anyone with a computer. My job here is not to tell you that you need a website. You already know that. It's also not to tell you how to build a website. Get a web designer for that. There are many free website building tools out there, as well as super low-cost web designers via elance.com. Instead, let me share 3 things that your website must do in order to begin building your expert empire. First, your website must add value. This should be a no-brainer in today's society, but it's not. The point of having an expert website is to provide valuable information to those who need it. But if people visit your website and see nothing there but random musings about your life, your Twitter posts about walking the dog, or a full rundown of your services and prices, then you're not adding value and you will quickly be in financial ruin. What consumers expect from an expert and a website has significantly changed in the last 5 years. Today, your site visitors want to see blog posts, articles, and videos that add value to their lives. They don't want to see you brag about who you are, talk about how much you charge, or explain what you're doing with your life. They want content and training, and it's your job to give it to them for free on your website in order to build rapport with them and provide value to them. This is the first rule of all business. Add value. Second, your website must capture leads. If your website is adding value to people, then word will begin to spread and soon you'll have traffic to your website. At that point, the one thing that you must make sure is happening technologically is that you must capture the names and email addresses of your visitors. You do this by offering free training or resources in exchange for their name and email address. You've seen this at work before. Sign up for our newsletter and you will instantly receive. Capturing leads is a critical best practice because the size of your newsletter list in our industry is almost always directly proportionate to your income and influence. Obviously, once you have a customer contact information, you can continue to send them free value, deepen your relationship, and yes, offer them your products and programs for purchase. The more fans, followers, and subscribers that you have, the more money you make, leading to our next point. Third, your website must make money. Okay, another no-brainer, but I'm personally shocked at how few experts have a website that effectively features and sells their how-to programs. On your homepage, you should feature your latest products for sale. And when a customer clicks on the link to learn more, you should have an effective marketing strategy that leads them to buy the product. Basic, right? But how well is your website doing right now in terms of making real money and having an impact on your sales. Most people say their website is terrible at doing these three things. That's why I created the homepage ATM wireframe for experts to show their web designers. In one of the free videos that you will receive when you opt in at expertsacademy.com, you and your web designer will learn how to create an effective website that makes you money while you sleep. The basic idea is to follow the strategies in the next step. Expert signposts. 1. If I were to design my ideal website, the value and information I'd want to provide to my visitors would be things like 2. The main thing people would like to learn upon visiting my site is 3. The free gift I could offer my customers in exchange for their contact information is 4. The products and programs I want my clients to know about and buy will be Step 7. Campaign your products and programs. Once your website is up and the world can now get value from you and buy your products, it's time to draw people in with free value and then ultimately to offer something for sale. I like to use the word campaign in this step rather than promote because a value-added campaign is fundamentally different than a promotion. A promotion is a singular marketing piece or a series of touch points with a customer. It's a promotional postcard or brochure or email that essentially says, hey, buy my stuff. If that doesn't work, it's sent to them again and again and again until the customer goes insane. A value-added campaign, however, is different and the absolute best practice in our industry. To define terms, a campaign is a strategic sequence of promotions that leads to a desired consumer behavior. In a typical value-adding campaign in the expert industry, we send out a strategic series of communications with our customers that actually serves them with great content. We give these free content pieces, and in the last communication in the series, we effectively say, hey, if you liked the free training I have just sent you, then you'll love my new program called so-and-so. This method of marketing is time-tested in our industry. By delivering real value to customers in advance of asking for the sale, we create the kind of trust, value, and reciprocity that helps consumers feel comfortable in ultimately buying our products and programs. As an example, in my last major online marketing effort, we generated over $2 million in just 10 days. I sent out 3 valuable training videos, and then in the 4th video, I said, if you like that, here are the details on my new program that will help you achieve such and such. Visit my website, subscribe to my list, and you will see how I do all of this. Again, you can just visit expertsacademy.com. It's simpler than most people expect. Although all of this might sound like it has to be technical, and it is often overwhelming to newcomers to the industry, take heart. Marketing is really that easy these days. Send out good information that improves people's lives, and then say, hey, if you like that, then you'll love this. That's it in a nutshell. The critical success factor is to make sure your free information is truly valuable and actionable. It should not need to be said that if your free content is crummy, then your customers will not want to buy your high-priced products and programs. Of course, as part of your campaign, you have to effectively communicate why your customers should believe in you and buy from you. You have to go and cover all the marketing basics of creating rapport, effectively describing your customers' pain points and how your solution overcomes them, sharing your credibility, telling your customer the benefits of your solution, showing testimonials of people who have succeeded following your advice, and giving a good price point and a guarantee. I found that most people are terrible at doing these things, and that's why I structured my Experts Academy seminar the way I did. No program in the world goes into more detail about marketing how-to information than Experts Academy. In the limited text of this book, I'm unable to give you a full course in marketing basics, but to help you begin, I have focused the expert signposts here in this step on how you can think through developing a campaign and how to explain the value of your information and programs. One more point on campaigning. You never stop campaigning. As a messenger on a mission, you know that your goal is to get your message out there as far and as wide as possible. And if that is true, you should set up campaigns that automatically always run from your website. You should be doing everything you can on a strategic, diligent, and consistent basis to get your message out there. Expert signposts. 1. To add value to people before I sell to them, I can send them a few free content pieces like 2. The first product I want to market to my customers is 3. The reason people should buy this product is because it helps them 4. This product ultimately gives customers the following benefits in their life. 5. The reason this product is different than others out there is that 6. The reasons I know this product gets results for people is that 7. The reason the price point of this product is fantastic is 8. To pay the price point of this product, people must believe that it 9. The reason people need to buy this program right now is Step 8. Post free content. In our new hyper-connected world, 2 things bring traffic and attention to your work: search engines and social media. And the one and only thing that is guaranteed to generate the interest of both search engines and the masses is content posted online. You should be putting online free, high-quality blog postings, articles, podcasts, and most importantly, training videos. By loading these postings with keyword phrases related to your brand, topic, and market, the search engines will start to notice them and rank your sites and content higher on their results pages. As an example, if you post 15 videos on your topic on YouTube and you drive traffic to the YouTube pages the videos are posted on, then you'll see those videos start to move up on Google results pages. Here's a real-world example. Before this book was released, if you typed Millionaire Messenger into Google and hit search, no results were generated that had anything to do with the book. Because I didn't have any content out there tagged with Millionaire Messenger, Google wasn't able to find any results. So I shot a 12-minute video about my book, teaching concepts from this chapter, and posted it on YouTube. Then I posted the link to the YouTube video on my Twitter and Facebook pages, and I also emailed the link to my family, friends, and subscribers. Just 24 hours later, when anyone Googled the phrase Millionaire Messenger, my video was right at the top of the results on Google. If you are like most up-and-coming experts, this idea of posting free content online is a little scary. Almost everyone I know is frightened that they're giving too much advanced stuff away for free or that they'll run out of stuff to teach. Both these concerns simply display a lack of perspective and misunderstanding about how commerce and creativity really work. In general, you should give your best advice and ideas away for free. Yes, I said it, free. I'm not saying to give all your content and ideas away for free, but rather to give your best ideas away for free. I often tell people to lead with your best work because you often don't get another chance to prove your value. People seem to understand this in other industries, but not our own. For example, few highly paid professionals in the corporate market would get a project assigned to them and say, well, I'll just give my average effort to this project, and then next year, I'll give them the best I got. If they did that, they'd find themselves unemployed pretty quickly, don't you think? In your efforts, you should be putting out your best and highest quality content as a front-end attractor to new customers. Simply put, if the stuff people get from you is free and incredible, then they'll be more likely and willing to pay for your other products. They think, gosh, if this is the caliber of stuff this person gives away for free, then the stuff they're selling must be exceptional. To address concerns you may have about running out of content to teach, take heart. As an expert, you're always learning more about your topic, and you're always getting feedback from your customers. Your ideas, perspective, and wisdom will grow and evolve with time. To get started, you should consider posting short articles on your blog. You can use WordPress if you don't have a blog yet and be set up in minutes. And posting content on YouTube and Facebook. That will help you get your message out there and start attracting attention. Your content can be any advice or how-to strategies that you have on your topic. A friend of mine, Mike Koenigs, often tells his clients to post 10 videos on YouTube, each one addressing one question from the 10 most frequently asked questions they receive from their customers. The takeaway is that the more great content that you post online, whether articles or videos, the more the search engines will find you. And you also give your followers great information that they can now help you share through their own social media channels. More content out there, more traffic, more money, more exposure for you. Expert signposts. 10 short articles I could write and post on my blog include topics such as 2. 10 short videos I could create and post to YouTube could cover topics such as 3. The biggest idea I have for my customers that I should now share for free via video or articles online is 4. The keywords I want to emphasize in my article and video posts so that they are optimized to get good search engine results include key phrases such as 5. When I put all this free content online, my goal is for the customer to read, hear, or watch it and then take this next action. Step 9. Get promotional partners. You can only get your message out there so far by yourself. That's why it's important to start looking for other experts in the community who have audiences that may be interested in your topics and trainings. If you can get those experts to promote your message to their fan bases, their followers, or their subscribers, then you immediately amplify your message as well as your income. I'm always surprised at how few people do this purposefully and strategically. I've met thousands of people with important messages, stories, and how-to information who never once considered the idea of getting a peer or leader in their industry to promote them. I guess everyone's just still hoping Oprah taps them with her magic wand someday. For me, I'm always attending conferences, networking, researching, and seeking new partners who can help me reach more people with my message. I constantly cold call and cold email gurus in various industries and offer to interview them for my audience, help them with their online marketing, or ask how can I be of service. I live by this credo: give and you shall receive. I believe that if I add value for other people in my industry, then they will reciprocate somehow and someday. Nothing serves your message more than getting others to promote your message farther and wider than you ever could on your own. So start looking for promotional partners. For the most part, if you are willing to add value and promote the message of others, many will be willing to do the same for you. Doing this begins with the basic online search. Who are the other experts in your topic area? One quick way to discover this is to Google specific keywords related to your topic. Another clever way is to go to a speakers bureau website. Just Google Speaker Bureau and see who else is speaking on your topic. The best way to learn of and meet others is to attend conferences in the expert industry, writing conferences, speaker seminars, and so on. Once you have an understanding of who else is teaching your topic, it's time to dig in and understand what they offer to their audiences, how large their audiences are, what products they sell, what their values and priorities are, and so on. Most of this will be readily apparent on their websites. From there, what's needed is for you to reach out to them. And I'll cover this in more detail later in the book. Your goal in working with promotional partners is always to have an opportunity to share your information with their audiences. You want them to interview you on a teleseminar or conduct a webinar with you, promote an online report or video you have posted, or direct their people to your blog posting. You want them to give you exposure. The second end goal you want is to turn that exposure into income by offering that audience something for sale. This is called affiliate marketing, and again, I'll discuss it later in the book. As a final note, there's a reason this step follows the others in our 10 steps. Don't go out there and try to get people to promote your message unless you have successfully done the previous steps. It's mad to ask someone to promote you if you don't know your topic, audience, and story, or if you don't have a product, website, or campaign sequence yet created and tested. Frankly, you would not want someone to promote you until you have done those things, even if they offered to. I actually have several clients who've been on Oprah and who are quite literally broke. They got their 15 minutes of fame with the best promotional partner in history, Oprah, but they did not have the back-end infrastructure up and running in order to monetize that attention. This happens all the time, so consider yourself warned and don't let it happen to you. Build something real first, then ask others to help you build it bigger. We'll cover more on partnering in coming chapters. For now, just realize that it's critical to start searching for promotional partners. So be sure to complete these signposts. Expert signposts. 1. Other experts training on my topic include 2. The audience size they have on Twitter and Facebook is 3. The products they offer for sale on their website include 4. The price points they most often offer to their audiences are 5. The values this person seems to live by are 6. Common phrases this person uses are 7. This person's priorities seem to include 8. The information I have that their audience would likely value is Step 10. Repeat and build the business based on distinction, excellence, and service. None of these steps is a one-time affair. You will always be deepening your understanding of your topic and your audience, creating new products, updating your websites, building campaigns, and getting new promotional partners. That's the work of being an expert and a millionaire messenger. Throughout it all, I'd like you to keep in mind 3 values that have served me tremendously in our industry and helped me share my message with millions. Value number 1, distinction. The first value is distinction, being unique. If you are always mindful about being your unique self and delivering unique value and content to your customers, you will meet the kind of success of which others dream. Life and our industry does not reward cookie cutters or copycats. The better you become at being yourself and displaying your uniqueness to your fans and followers, the more influential you will become. At a content level, I believe distinction to be my greatest asset. It's probably because of my dad's advice on any topic almost always included, just be yourself. I've taken this advice to the nth degree in business and become very strategic and purposeful about this. Because I've done my homework on all of my peers, all of the information and programs available to my customers, I know exactly how I'm different and how my content is different. This allows me to be very persuasive in all my marketing. Hey guys, choose my program because it's more this and less of that, and specifically it will help you achieve X. I share this with you because I believe it's absolutely critical to your long-term success to keep an eye on the industry and best practices continually, so that you know how your content and information measures up to the rest of the offerings in the marketplace. Value number 2, excellence. The second value I encourage you to make part of your expert empire is excellence. Standing out in any role, career, or industry is simple if you are driven by excellence more than your counterparts. To me, excellence is about giving your greatest effort and caring enough about your career and customers to make sure the value you bring is equal or better than anything else out there. It's about striving to be a master and a leader in what you do. I often coach my clients to consider that excellence in our industry is 360 degrees. We have to require ourselves, our staff, and even our customers to become excellent. In our own work, we must continually push ourselves to improve. It's easy not to do this because as messengers, we often find ourselves surrounded by committed fans and followers. So it's easy to start resting, to stop pushing our limits, and to stop delivering everything we do with greater and greater levels of excellence. But the masters in this community are always pushing themselves to be better writers, speakers, facilitators, coaches, marketers, business people, leaders, and servants. They are driven by a hunger to grow and contribute and be the best at what they do. And they know this benefits their brand and their business. As my friend Paula Abdul said when she came in and surprised everyone at my Experts Academy event, she said, "There's no traffic beyond the extra mile." With our staff and contractors, we have to be the ambassadors of excellence. We have to lead them in such a way that they develop an obsessive focus on being the best at what they do. This might sound obvious, but most experts and entrepreneurs do not consider their work a real business. So they miss the critical aspect of being a successful business. We also have to challenge our customers to be their best in everything that we teach them to do. The sad truth is that most people do not have someone in their lives to push them to grow as a person and become better at what they do. So be that person for your customers. Challenge them to be their best selves and act with excellence. It's amazing what happens when you do that. Suddenly, people start seeing you as their coach, and they are more likely to become fans and lifelong customers. They say to themselves, "Wow, this expert is pushing me to my highest self, and they're showing me the path to growth and excellence. I'm a fan." The more you set accountabilities and the standard of excellence for people, the more they become attached to your work and the value you are providing, because nobody else is often doing it for them. Value number 3, service. The foundation of what we do in the expert industry is serving others. I love that our business is based on helping others by providing valuable information that can improve their lives. This really is your job from now on. I think that the value of service, I think of it in 2 ways. First, it means approaching this work from a place of service in your heart and mind. The entrepreneurial experts who ascend to making millions of dollars and reaching millions of people, those of us who become millionaire messengers, get in this business and stay in this business for the right reasons. They care about helping others. They have a deep connection with those they serve. They generally want to help others solve their problems and reach their potential. They create great products and information, not because doing so will make them millionaires, but because it will help improve millions of lives. Every millionaire messenger I've ever met is driven by empathy, compassion, and altruism. Their friends and family say they have a huge heart, and many in their community would call them do-gooders. It's as if they are so connected to the idea of helping others with what they know that if you took away their business of doing so, they would be completely lost. Messengers see their work as most others view volunteerism, an opportunity to give from the heart. They're servant leaders. This value of service doesn't just mean doing things for the right reasons. It also means doing things right when it comes to customer service. Our industry needs to take better care of its customers and approach customer service even more seriously than Fortune 500 companies do. We need to deliver what is promised, have people available to respond to emails and calls within the same day, stand by our guarantees, and seek to deliver our customers consistently great value. These ideas apply to any business, but the nature of our work compels us to pay even more attention to customer service excellence. Your name is often your business in this industry. Think Tony Robbins, right? If you don't take care of your customers, word would quickly spread. Your name, your brand, and your entire business can be quickly destroyed if you don't take care of your customers. But make a good name for yourself like Tony has, and you have a business. And for whatever reason, mistreated customers in our industry take to the web to express their disenchantment more than other sectors of the economy do. Guru bashing is a common phrase, and that language alone lets you know that people do enjoy going after experts and gurus in any field. It's just one more reason why you always have to take care of your customers. Expert signposts. 1. What makes me distinct in this industry is that I... 2. The reason I am committed to being excellent in everything I do is... 3. The reason I'm doing this work in the first place is to... The purpose of this chapter was to give you a big picture overview of your new career. Follow these 10 steps repeatedly and you will begin building a great expert empire. In the next chapter, we'll see where the rubber hits the road and where the money comes from in this industry. You'll learn how entrepreneurial experts often become millionaire messengers through 5 simple programs. Before moving on, be sure to do your homework and have thought through and done all of these expert signposts exercises.